Hello, friends, and welcome to the Virtual Strangers review discussion of Operation Warcade. I am your host, Wes. With me, as always, my good friend, Roots. Roots, how's it going?
It's going awesome, man.
All right, so Operation Warcade, this is Roots' choice for a review game this week. This was brought to us from Ivanovich Games on June 2nd, 2017 on PC VR platforms, and it also came to PlayStation VR on April 11th, 2018. This game is an arcade style shooter. It's kind of an ode to the old Operation Wolf arcade game. Those of you who are our age may remember it. It was a fairly popular game back in the day that had a Uzi gun mounted onto it, and you basically just shot the little dudes that run across the screen. Well, that's largely what you're doing here with a few key differences. Roots, why don't you explain the differences between this game and Operation Wolf?
Well, there's quite a few differences. I mean, one, you're in it, but um, I I guess the biggest difference would be the immersion points, right? Like the way that you zoom in, you're shooting everything, everything's normal, and you see a square and you shoot it, and it'll zoom you in, and it takes you to a completely different perspective. Sometimes you're in a car and you're steering, shooting stuff, or running people over. Other times you're a bow and arrow, like explode. I mean, there's so many different things, and the farther I play this thing, it blew me away. I'm like, oh my god, I keep coming into new stuff. That would be the biggest differences that I would say, and then of course, just feeling like you're like out of the in a game, but you're like actually um the stuff's like right there. It's crazy. It's what I would have loved to have played when I played this type of game back in the day. You dreamed of this.
Absolutely right. That's really the biggest uh, selling point of this game. What makes it so cool, the normal gameplay minute to minute is what you're seeing here. It's a side scroller arcade style shooter, but every now and then, 3 to 4 times per level, you'll come into these immersion points that you shoot with your gun, and it zooms you down into the game, and you're pretty much in it like a regular VR game. It's a first person experience. Sometimes you'll be driving a Jeep. Here's an example right here. You're down in the game wielding your Uzi. The guys that were just 2 inches tall a moment ago are now life size coming at you. But it still plays like an arcade game. It still has the same arcade style sound effects and fast paced gameplay when you get down into the immersion points. And I think that's a lot of the charm of this game is how much it actually does feel like an arcade game.
Yeah, it's hard as fuck, man. I'll tell you what, like that's one of the things that you as you progress further and further, some of these there's so much stuff going on, and that's the way old school games used to be. It was like there was no room for error. And I mean, granted, you don't have to put another coin in. There's sometimes I died a lot, and I was like, wow, this is getting a little ridiculous, and I was kind of glad I wasn't recording. But it gives you a lot of replayability as far as coming back in, and the missions. I guess we can talk about the missions. They have a lot of different things you can that you have to do, like 3 different things, and it could be as simple as kill 7 different guys with rocket launcher, and it sounds easy until you're trying to do it. And or there was one that oh man, I can't remember exactly what. There was one that I still can't do. Um, but you have to unlock these different missions to get points, and then to unlock different levels. Correct?
Right, right. The way the game is structured, the levels are locked on it, and so are a lot of the special abilities and weapons. And the way you unlock it is by completing these achievements in every level. It'll tell you a few different things to do. The things like Roots was just explaining, kill so many guys with a certain weapon, do so many headshots, um, free so many prisoners without killing any of them,
Mm.
things like that. And that can be difficult at times because these prisoners will run right down in the middle of the fight, and you got to try not to, not only to not shoot them yourself, but you have to kill all the enemies around them. If there's a vehicle coming, you have to be sure to blow it up quickly before it gets in the proximity of the prisoner. Um, these challenges can be quite hard, and but they're necessary to complete them to progress through the game. Now, after you finish the game, unlocking all the stars, um, I don't know about you, but I went through it a second time to attack the leaderboard. I was moderately high on the leaderboard, and I felt like if I were playing to score points, which is a totally different style of playing than it is to get these achievements, I felt like I could really move myself up the leaderboard, and I was right. The second time I played through this, and the first time, I played with the PlayStation aim controller, and by the time I was finished, I was atop the leaderboard. Now this was 6 or 9 months ago at least. I don't know where I stand on the PlayStation leaderboards, but because when I went back in it this week to prepare for this review, I played it on the Rift S, and it was absolutely amazing. It was actually way more different than I thought it was going to be. Have you tried out the PlayStation version of this, Roots?
No, I'd love to though, just because of the PlayStation VR aim controller. I think that would be really cool. And I'm kind of curious, is like how you would fly the planes and stuff. And did you have any success? Because whoever's video this was, I think it might be Mamefans, but I literally did the exact same thing. I just took off and crashed right in there, and I thought, I don't know how you fly this thing. I even tried simple the next time, and I still crashed. So it's not easy. But the immersion in this game is next to none. I mean, you forget that you're not in there. You know, you just get so in, at least I did. I got so into it.
Yeah, it's one of those games that's easy to pick up and difficult to master. It's so fun just shooting these guys, and there's so many of them. There's destructible environment. You can blow things up, which starts chain reactions that kills tons of dude. It's just fun. But back to your question, the airplane stuff. It wasn't in the aim controller version. There was a lot of things in this Rift S version that wasn't there when I played through on PlayStation. It was shocking to me how different it was because I love this game on PlayStation, but it actually is quite limited compared to the PC version. Not only are the graphics and sound way better, and it creates a lot more immersion, but there's a lot more to the gameplay, especially in the immersion points.
Yeah, that gravity gun that he's using right there is so cool. Grabbing the guys, or one of the missions I had was grabbing one of the boats or the helicopters and pulling it in, and then shooting the gunner with my gun in the face. And I thought that was pretty cool. And then I thought, these guys right here, man, they're zipping up at you. They're coming from all different ways, and you're throwing these knives at them. It gets pretty crazy, and all of a sudden somebody's in my face, and I'm like, what the fuck, man? So yeah, it was cool. I really enjoyed this game. I think it's on sale right now for Oculus players. That's one of the reasons why I decided to review it. It's like $5.99. It's a steal for this game. It's normally $20, right?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. $5.99 it's a no-brainer for this. And I know, listen, this game does not look that enticing on a flat screen. Trust me, when you get in there, it's a different world. Whoa, dude.
That
He
dude just knocked
jacked
that chick
girl
down.
up.
That's not cool, but that was funny.
And she got right back up too, like it wasn't shit. Apparently she's been hit before.
Yeah, that's crazy, dude. Yeah, this
No,
but yeah. Go ahead.
but no, the two-handed weapons, the knife throwing, all that stuff, none of that was in the aim controller version.
Wow.
I don't want to shit on it or anything. The aim controller is cool. It's nice to have the gun in your hand, to actually have a gun in your hand. But double Uzis, not there. The knife throwing, not there. The bow and arrow, not there. The airplane, not there. The first time I tried to fly the airplane, I crashed immediately. After that, I was able to get it up in the air enough that I could parachute out. So I did parachute out of it 2 or 3 times, but there was only one time that I actually parachuted out of it that I could actually see enemies on the ground and shoot them. The other time, the coast was just clear. I couldn't find anybody to kill.
So it sounds like that's probably not that big of a deal to not be in there. But everything else you said kind of seems like a deal breaker to me. It's not worth the trade-off for the aim controller. The knives alone I thought was so cool, just the way they did it, especially the further along you go. I mean, they really, everything gets harder. There's so much shit coming at you on these levels that they did a really good job with this game, I think.
Yeah, I agree totally. Ivanovich Games, an underrated independent developer. They brought us other games like Beat Blaster and most recently Touring Carts, which is coming along wonderfully in its early access. If you haven't checked out that, I highly recommend that you do. But yeah, this game here is polished and finished. And again, as fun as it was on PlayStation with the aim controller, again, I played through it twice, put myself atop the leaderboard. That's how much I played this game. Yeah, it was awesome on the Rift S. It makes me want to go through it 2 more times to get all the stars the first time. And the high score on the thing was like 400 million or something crazy like that.
Wow.
The guy whoever set that record set it high, but I take it as a challenge. And
challenge accepted, right?
This game's so fun. It doesn't take much of an excuse to get me back in to play this one. It's something. It's a game that you can play for hours, or if you just have 15 minutes, it's a game you can blow 15 minutes in, because you play through these levels and it doesn't take long. 2 to 3 minutes per level, Roots?
Yeah, sometimes, and then you don't end up like you were saying. You're trying to not kill the. That was one I actually had a lot of trouble with, not killing the prisoners, because I want to kill everything that's moving, and just instinct. It was like I would go the whole way, and then all of a sudden oh shit! Or there was an enemy, there was one, and I'm sure you saw him. He was like running next to the prisoner, and he kept ducking behind him and shit. And I was like, "Are you kidding me, dude?" Like, it was just it was crazy, but it made it so fun. So
yeah, it's chaos. This game. There's so much going on at any given time. Sometimes these prisoners seem like they want to die, the positions that they put themselves in. And it's normally during one of these levels where that's one of the objectives, is to not kill the prisoners. But yeah, you've got anywhere from 5 to sometimes 20 and 30 guys firing bullets at you. You've got guys throwing knives at you at the same time. There's drones shooting at you, helicopters, boats. There's jets coming through out of nowhere and firing missiles at you. What else? There's
bazookas.
Mortars.
Yeah,
You're taking
mortars.
mortar fire.
Those levels where you're going through the cities, and they've got all the windows, and so like you've got guys popping out of windows, and so I started shooting every window out, and there's a lot of guys hiding, and it's very intricate. So definitely worth playing through.
Yeah, for sure. So basically, what we have here, to summarize, we have a super fun arcade style shooter. The only one of its kind, by the way. Roots, can you think of any other title, anything like this?
No, nothing that is this good that actually elicits feelings of old school arcade, man. Like, it just brings back a lot of memories, and it's like I said, it just made me feel like this is what I wished I could do when I was 12, you know? And
Yeah,
it's cool.
yeah. The visuals make it look like an arcade game. The sounds especially make it sound like an old school arcade game, and the gameplay makes it feel like an old school arcade game. But at the same time, they also give you all the things you love about VR. So it's a double whammy. So again, even though it might not look like the best thing in the world on a flat screen, it's only $6 on sale right now. Give it a shot. I don't think you'll be disappointed.
Now, if you like shooter games at all or anything that's remotely like this, I guarantee you'll like it. It's just I can't imagine anybody thinking, "Oh, this sucks." You suck if you don't like this game. No, just kidding. Um, I do question you though. It's just fun, man. Look at this, man. There's so much to it. So
Yeah, a lot of different scenarios and scenes to play through in this game. A lot of levels too. What is there like 30 levels or something like that?
yeah, and then you got three things per each one, and I mean, there's just so many different things. But I don't think you're going to play through. It's going to take you several hours to play through this.
Oh, for sure, because you're going to want to replay it. Like I was trying to shoot a video of this thing earlier today, and I had to keep reminding myself that people were watching because I wanted to just keep replaying the same level over and over again so I could get all the achievements and get like 50 headshots and score a really high score. I had to kind of make myself progress through it like a normal player would, just for the sake of being entertaining. But so fun, super addicting, and a quality title for sure.
Yeah, yeah, definitely pick it up, especially on sale. Even at $20,
Yeah.
it's worth it, I think. But what a studio, man! This and touring carts, and we were just talking about Beat Blasters. I'm going to be checking that out pretty soon. I just think this developer is really onto something as far as knowing what they're doing.
Yeah, yeah, they're definitely getting better as they go, and that's saying something because I'm pretty sure that Operation Warcade was one of their first VR games. So
Wow. Yeah.
anyway, I think that's going to wrap it up for our Virtual Strangers review discussion of Operation Warcade. Do you have Operation Warcade? What do you think about it? Let us know in the comments down below, and if you've liked the video, be sure to click the thumbs up there. And for those of you new to the channel, be sure to click the red subscribe button and the notification bell to stay up to date with all of our nearly daily content here on the Virtual Strangers channel. So once again, we'd like to thank you guys for watching, and for Roots, I'm Wes. We'll see you tomorrow, friends. Bye-bye.
Take it easy.